Yeah.
Okay. So this is the greenhouse project. But the in-house cook at the preschool actually came up, or she came here last week because the kids came to learn about the plants that we're growing in here. And they got to water the plants actually, which was really cool. They were so excited. Um, but she came here and she gave us the idea of calling our greenhouse the Hakame Hoop House, which is actually, they called hoop houses out where, I guess her sister's from New Orleans or somewhere, so they call them hoop houses out there.
Nice.
So we're going to call it the Hakame Hoop House.
That's what's up.
But, this is it.
We're going into the greenhouse?
Ooh. So, my uncle literally went around and just found a whole bunch of, because this whole floor was rotted out in here.
Wow.
So he found,
Thank you.
You can sit in the chair in the back if you
Okay,
want
thanks for that.
So he actually went around the yard and found a whole bunch of pieces of plywood and just redid the floor because it was all rotted out.
Nice.
And he found pieces of just plastic or whatever that he could put over this. And I think this was actually like a carport kind of structure.
Wow.
Alright, so the structure was already here.
Yep, it was already here. So he fixed the floors. And then we got a heater because the winter has been crazy. But it's so the sun, we get a lot of direct sun basically all day. So it gets really warm in here just from the sun. But we also have a heater just to keep the plants warm. So back here there's spinach, and then this is lettuce, and that's spinach over there.
So cool.
We tried to grow cabbage and kale, but they weren't as successful, so we're gonna replant them now that it's getting warmer out.
It's getting warmer.
Yeah.
So this is just on a mesh, huh?
Yep.
Nice.
And we actually had to thin them out, so we started with spinach was here, and then we had lettuce, but we had
Is
to
this your
thin
first
them out.
crop or?
Yep.
Great.
Yep. It's our first crop.
So do you, just to going back to the history and herstory of your peoples, I mean, I know that they survived probably on the whaling, so that means maybe the diet was fish-based?
We were, yes, fish-based, definitely. I'll actually take you down to the beach because we were hunter-gatherers. We grew some of our foods, but we're very water-based too. We have a very strong water culture that our ancestors
Just like
were very
100%.
involved in. Yeah.
We-
Go ahead.
No, we just got back from Standing
Oh, wow.
Rock, yeah,
Awesome.
and prayed with and walked with
Wow.
the water
That's
protectors.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they were part of that too. So in terms of your diet, you didn't,
So
did you?
we ate. I mean, we did eat things like this. We ate. I'm sure you've heard of like corn and beans, squash. And I
Similar
know
to
my
Amoni
uncle's very
people.
more well versed on like the indigenous plants that were here and the
Sure.
medicinal uses and stuff like that for them. But we are water people, so hunting whales was like a very big piece of our culture. We actually would go on whale voyages where I have ancestors that went to Japan with the colonizers because they were like navigators and they knew all the ropes and everything. We have Shinnecock men who are actually buried in Hawaii. We're connected to the Hawaiians too. Because we whaled together.
Of course.
So,
I just have to bring up our Tongan sisters, Fui and Loa. Hey, Fui, Loa. I don't know if you've ever met some. So there's this movement called the Pacific Island Scholars or Moana, and it obviously the relationship is there, right?
It is there.
It's
It is there.
real, and especially the navigation. They use the bacas, right? And you guys are. I don't know what your word for your canoe or your ship was. Mishoon. Wow. So I'm also just curious though, because I do see land And you're not using it for growing. Is that because of the deers?
It's because of this soil. I believe it was tested here, and it's not good soil.
Really?
Why you got the
Yeah.
land.
So.
It's probably why they gave you the land to put
Oh,
you.
this is actually our original territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm just wondering, so that means that you never necessarily kept crops, that you kept what was available to pick, or were you actually like growing, do you know, in history?
I believe I've
You were?
seen,
I know that the whole
we're-
concept of agriculture is a
Yeah.
European concept any
Yeah.
damn way, so let's be real about
yeah,
that.
we were hunter-gatherers,
Yeah.
but there were a lot of other things that were brought over at the time, that weren't necessarily from here.
Exactly. That you integrated,
That
yeah.
we integrated, yeah.
Cool. Any other questions
Yeah,
about
I have a question.
Yeah.
Just looking at your features,
Mm-hmm.
you look like my cousin.
Really?
I mean, is there any African connection that you know of?
Actually, since the colonizers did come here, there was, we kind of like, so people were brought over here, obviously, against their will.
Right.
So we actually, like, there's, in a lot of history, there are, African and Native Americans who have actually, integrated, because we basically went through the same thing in a way,
Gosh.
had a lot of things stolen from us, and so there is in history, where we have actually integrated our,
marriages and stuff.
yeah.
There's actually also, though, there are the first, some of the first residents of northern, of the Americas. Some of them came across in ships from Africa.
On their own
so-
volition.
On their own. So so I'm sure there's a lot of sameness.
Yeah, but it's so funny. Like, it's so funny to see, like, in other communities, because, believe it or not, there is that divide of, oh, you're a light skinned Indian, like, you're a real Indian, whatever.
Universal.
And I'm like, like, if you look back at, like, archives and
Thank you.
pictures of the
Thank you.
ancestors, they're dark.
Thank
We're all
you.
dark. We're all dark.
Ashe.
Well, and it's white supremacy.
Thank
it's white
you.
Supremacy
Yeah.
that makes us value
Mhm.
the lighter skin
Yeah.
and the
Yep.
when we're all beautiful,
Yep.
whatever shade.
I
That's
wish
what's
I could
up.
take you guys to the museum, because there's beautiful pictures that one of my cousins actually painted of just our history. And
Wow.
Can you tell us the role of elders?
the elders, we actually do have an elders council. They meet every week. I'm not too sure on what they do, but I know they have, like, a say in a lot of things. So, like, if you wanted to move forward with something, the right way to do it would be to bring it to the elders council, present whatever your proposal is to the elders council.
Maybe in the city thing.
Yeah. But yeah. So, I mean, elders are a very big part, and there are quite a few elders that are still around here that still have that knowledge and that history of their time versus contemporary times
Yeah.
now. And
Is there kind of a rift
it's huge.
Yeah, that's really
It's huge.
Real talk.
It's
Yeah.
a huge
So what did-
difference.
Is it also that they end up standing with the oppressor more often and just going along with it, or
There were, in a lot of cases, yeah.
the same thing
A
happens
lot
where
of
we're
cases,
from?
and there were actually, because my dad's so well versed and knowledgeable on our history and just everything, he actually gave me a binder to read. I forget what it was called, but it was basically about all of the land claims and literally a book about the stolen lands and how they went about stealing our lands. Like, they actually went and signed, or the settlers went and signed papers of men who died in whaling voyages, or just people who weren't even alive anymore. They just forged
Wow.
their signatures on things, and it was like, where we didn't really understand, like reading their language.
Right.
Just
Right.
just everything.